Let's take a look at the camera now, because this is obviously a standout feature for HTC, or at least they hope it will be. Now, it's using the same ultra-pixel technology as the previous HTC One from 2013, with a major change. We now have a dual camera and dual LEDs there. Now, what we have come to expect from HTC is a very good camera with fast autofocus and a kind of feature set which feels solid. Now, the first thing I would say is the autofocus is still really, really exceptional. Obviously, the trick here is I'm quite close to the desk when I'm just doing this, but you can see it's very, very fast and responsive. Features-wise, this kind of 4 dots in a row there brings us into our kind of settings, and it's beautifully kind of laid out with big buttons so that you can quickly hit things. I like that. Compared to, say, the Galaxy S4 camera software, this feels nice. Likewise, all you have to do is touch and you can move between the various settings, including selfie, dual capture, hello camera, and panoramics. The only thing that kind of strikes me as not being very nice, listen to this. You hear that? I don't like that. That might sound like a nitpick, but it's a really kind of harsh sound. It doesn't feel like a kind of haptic feedback kind of thing. It almost feels like a light switch being turned on and off and getting that little spark. It's not particularly pleasant, I wouldn't say. That's not too bad, the kind of wood knock sound, but that short kind of, eek, I don't like it particularly. But if all I'm grumbling about is the sound on one button, fair enough. I think I can probably live with it, but yeah, that just grates actually. But anyway, once we actually have our kind of options selected, we then can go into our settings down here, and here we have all of the options you could possibly imagine. So there's our auto, and what type of auto. We can have it on auto, we can have night shot, HDR, sweep panoramic. That's going to be a fun one to try out. Oops, let's just get back into there. We've got anti-shake. Sorry, I'm just going to get into the right setting here. Where's it gone? All right, manual. Portrait, landscape, wow, there's plenty of them. Backlit, text, or macro mode, macro obviously being for close-up work. So those are your kind of your scenes, as it were, as known by many cameras. You would use what known as scene modes. So let's just pop that back onto auto for a second. And then what we also have is within each of those modes is the ability to then change camera settings. So you can have the ISO on auto, or ISO up to 1600, which is the max. ISO is how sensitive the camera is going to be to light. Now in part that kind of doesn't matter so much because we're dealing with an ultra pixel camera here. Its light sensitivity is excellent. But then we also have our exposure compensation, or exposure timings there as well, automatic white balance, or select what type of light you are dealing with. Auto white balance is always a funny one. Personally, I always find it's better to tune it for exactly what you're looking for, or what you're looking at, should I say. You've then got the obligatory filters. Yeah, it wouldn't be a smartphone camera in 2013 or 14 which doesn't have filters in it. So there we have a wide range of different filters, and these will be real-time filters as well. So it will actually adjust this in real time to give you different kind of views and looks, which is quite nice. I liked this in the previous version of the HTC One. It was quite nice just to quickly throw on an effect and see how it would change the scene. We can also then go into this cog should I say, and you've then got even more options. Continuous shooting, what will actually be used to trigger the camera, or, trigger a picture to be taken, image adjustments, the crops, the grid, you can have the grid on, geotag all your photos, and how long the review duration will be. It's a wide range of different features, let's put it that way. And I would say certainly comparable to Samsung stuff, but maybe not quite as fully featured in some respects. But ultimately, the dual camera option is going to be the big decider here. If you're able to then manipulate and recompose your images after you've taken them, it's going to be a major plus point. So it'll be really interesting to kind of see feature-wise how this kind of stacks up to the Samsung Galaxy S5 as well from its features point of view. But certainly what I've seen here, the speed of the camera, the way the functionality has been laid out, it's really nicely done. Far, far better than that kind of horrible mess we had on the Galaxy S4 where frankly it was just clunky and taking pictures wasn't particularly fun if you had to go in and make any changes to the settings. It seems here that HTC have done a good job at rethinking how to lay out all of that, at times, quite complex set of settings without cluttering the screen or giving you really small targets to try and hit with your fingers. I really like this, and certainly I think that we'll give this a good test run, taking different images and video. We'll report back on what we see. It's difficult during these kind of first looks to get much more than a fairly surface view of how this is going to work in practice, but let's see. Next up, games. For watching. We hope you enjoyed this video. Do please remember to like and comment, and if you'd like to, please subscribe. You can also visit our website and download our Android app. If you do subscribe, you'll be getting a daily dose of the latest tech news, hardware reviews, Android games, consoles, and basically an honest opinion direct from the UK. Stay tuned, stay Androidizen.